Oh my god, I'm late. Do you know when you're having just an absolute fucking mare and you know you've got to be somewhere, and because you've got to be somewhere and you're running late, everything that could go wrong goes wrong. So like, I'm trying to go live with you guys. I've just finished a meeting with one of my team and I was like, oh shit, it's 9 o'clock, gotta go. And then thinking, oh, it'll take me 2 seconds to log into Facebook. Calm down, doesn't matter, you're not too late. And then nothing works. Like, my fat thumbs are typing everything wrong, so the title looks wrong, and then I realise I've said something twice, and then I look up and Facebook in its infinite wisdom, or my iPhone, whichever one, has changed words that aren't meant to say things to other things, and all that shit starts popping off when you're meant to be somewhere. So the message is, don't leave things till the last minute. It's not like me really, but I did today. So who have we got in? How are we doing, everybody? Amanda, how you doing? Nice to see you, lovely. Let me know who's listening so I know who I'm talking to. Who am I talking to live? Let me know by giving me a I'm live in the comments. But if you're watching on replay as well, let me know that you're watching on replay by commenting that in the comment box too. And where are you logging in from today? Lots of people have started summer holidays already, so you're logging in from some really lovely exotic places. Fiddling with my hair because I looked like I'd been found in a bush when I first pressed the live button, and I was like, shit, I need to sort that out. I know I'm amongst friends, but hey Jem, how you doing? Hi Rachel. I've been so busy this week. I'm going to jump into the training in a second, but this week's been mental because, as most of you will know, because I've been going on and on about it because I'm so excited, I've got a live web class coming up, how to generate leads on autopilot even if you're rubbish at tech, on Wednesday, 8 PM UK time. The link above to register if you haven't done so already. And I've been busy getting that ready, and I feel really nervous about it because it sounds crazy because I'm live now chatting to you, but just because it's in a different format and there's slides and I'm teaching you something across an hour, and it's things that I've never taught before outside of my client group, and it's just different. So I'm feeling a little bit like, oh, I want it to be absolutely perfect for you guys. So I've been working on that over the last week, and now I'm like really buzzing. The nerves have gone a little bit because, you know, when you prepare something and you're like, yeah, this is badass, like people are going to get a lot of value from this, and I'm excited to share it now because I feel proud of it and I can stand behind it. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit like that now, and I'm excited. So talking, because I've been like heading lead generation, like you are whenever you're preparing something new for a group of people, like preparing this for you guys, and you've got your head in a particular subject, you end up getting loads of inspiration around that subject. So marketing in general and lead generation in general has just been going round and round in my head, all sorts of different things that I want to share with you guys that is obviously coming up on Wednesday. But I thought today I'm going to start that process with talking about Facebook ads, because I posted, I think it was, I can't remember, one of the days last week I did a post about why not to boost on Facebook, and it was just a really short video that you can find on this page you're watching on now if you scroll down, because a couple of people had said to me about the fact that they've been boosting posts and not getting any return on investment. What am I doing wrong? So I did a short video on that the other day, and a lot of people reached out off the back of it with a lot of questions around Facebook ads. I'm not claiming to be a Facebook ad expert in any sense of the word. That's definitely not my title, but I have learned a few things across the last, I would say probably 5 years, that I've seriously looked at ads and actively used them to build my business. And in doing that and getting things wrong and enrolling in courses myself and learning from other people, I've managed to create a couple of businesses now that have paid me 6-figure incomes, 7-figure incomes, and the bulk of that advertising, not all, because I don't believe you should have one marketing strategy. Like, even if it works really well, never rely on it. And I have made that mistake with Facebook ads. In my previous business, I was all about Facebook ads. I didn't do anything else really. And the problem is, when the shit hits the fan with them and they're not working for some reason, or you've got to tweak things, or Facebook disapprove your ads, or, you know, things happen, you feel really vulnerable. So I've learned to not rely on one method. So it's not the be all and end all in my marketing strategy, and I do use a lot of other things, which I'm sharing with you on Wednesday night in the web class. But Facebook ads is definitely a big part of my strategy because it's so lucrative. It's unbelievably lucrative. It's like putting money into a slot machine and getting double back, triple back, 5 times your back, even 10xing what you're putting in consistently. And we've seen that to be true in our Facebook advertising strategy for the last 18 months now. A year to 18 months, we've consistently 10x'd our spend in the business, which means if we put 1,000 in, we get 10,000 back. If we put 10,000 in, we get 100,000 back. So it becomes a very scalable marketing avenue that's very predictable, backed up by lots of analytics, very reliable, and very effective in terms of your time. Once you've got it right and the ads are up and running and you've tested and you can then scale them. So I think it's bonkers when someone says to me, I'm not using Facebook advertising for my business, because I know how lucrative it is, but I also know that there can be many reasons for that. Not knowing how to, tried it and it didn't work for me, so I stopped and I got scared of it, feeling like I haven't got a budget to start, feeling like it's a bit expensive. So I'd love you to start today. Before I dive into my Facebook ad, I've got 10 steps for you that are really clear here on how to use Facebook ads in your business to get a good return on investment. Hey Nicola, how you doing? I'd love you to just share with me though, those of you that are listening, whether it's on live or replay, doesn't matter. Share with me, are you using ads? So type in the chat box, yes if you're using them, no if you're not right now for your business. So I could just get a gauge for who's actually using them already and who's not at all. And when I say using them, I don't mean, oh, I'll have a dabble 1 month and then nothing the next, but consistently working a Facebook ad strategy in your business that grows your business consistently every month. So who's doing that and who's not? Nicola says no. Hey, Ian Athens, how you doing? Who else? Hey, Jodie. No, Catherine says, okay. No. Okay, lots of no's. No, not yet. Great answer, not yet. So you're committing to doing it, not now. I've tried it but nothing back from it. Sue is awesome. Okay. Also share with me, what's your reason for not actively working a strategy right now? So there can be many reasons, but be really honest. Like, some people will say to me, I just don't know what I'm doing, so therefore I've dabbled a bit, tried it, didn't work, stopped, got scared of it. Or generally not consistent, super honest, like, or is it that you feel like you don't want to go down that road because you have a belief that they don't work, or like, what is it that's coming up for you that's prevented you? Not experienced enough to be effective. Okay, interesting. Keep them coming and I'll keep looking at it as I'm going through. So what I find comes up a lot with my clients and also people that just reach out and share things with me is that either don't understand it and feel like I've got a mountain to climb to get to a place where I do, therefore it feels like a big job, and I don't really have room in my life for big jobs, who does? Or I have dabbled and nothing happened, so I stopped. I didn't master it, I just dipped my toe a little bit. What I'm going to share with you now is my 10 points. It's actually a PDF downloadable printout that's part of one of my communities that I mentor in. That's like 10 steps, 10 things you absolutely have to have in place and consider to launch Facebook ads effectively. I'm going to share them with you now. Not really launched yet, my business yet, so in learning mode. Okay, so point number 1, never boost a post. Never boost a post, and this is what I talked about in my last video, so I'm just going to skim across it now because I know some of you will have seen that. If not, you can go back and watch it. It's on this page and I talked about it last week. Never hit the boost button. Facebook will encourage you to do that. So when you've got a business page, when you post on it, there's always an option to boost that post, and boosting it means you can pay to put it in front of more people. Now on a Facebook business page, your visibility is really low unless you're paying for advertising. So when you post something on your personal page and you get loads of likes and shares and comments, and it kind of boosts your ego a little bit, it might not give you any money in the bank, but it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're not talking to yourself. When you post on your business page, tumbleweed, who can relate to that? Who feels like, oh, fuck me, I'm not even going to bother posting anymore because it's just like not worth it? It can feel like that because the business page is an advertising platform. It's how Facebook make their money. So they don't want to give you loads of organic reach because they want you to pay for advertising. It's a business. And they'll prompt you to boost your post so that you pay to have it seen by more people. Now, if you've got a post that gets 10 likes instead of the 1 you normally get, or 50 instead of the 10 you normally get, they'll prompt you with a notification saying more than, this is outperforming your other post by about 80%, so why don't you boost it? Because what it's telling us is your audience like it, so why don't you put it in front of more people? Now, I'm sorry if this swan in the background's really distracted. It's so big, it's so extra. I love it though. So what it's telling you is that you could boost that and put it in front of more people. But the thing is, if you do boost, you don't get any bang for your buck, because boosting is for engagement. So boosting a post will put it in front of people that are likely to engage with it. So Facebook knows how to put it in front of people for conversions and how to put it in front of people for likes, engagement. Conversions bring in money. Conversions means there's a call to action on it and you get people opting in. So whether it be take action and book a call, take action and buy a product, take action and ask for information about your business. That's not what a boost is intended to do. A boosted post is intended for engagement, which gives you more likes, more shares, more social proof, more of a bit of an ego boost, but no money in the bank. And every single one of you that are listening to this are doing it for money in the bank, right? You're building a business for money in the bank. So therefore, you want to make sure that you're not using boosted posts just because it's a suggestion on Facebook. So that's number one. Number two, instead of boosting, learn how to use Facebook Ads Manager to sponsor posts. So you can set up Ads Manager to convert into sales. You can set up your ads to not just get likes and shares, but to actually convert into paying clients or customers into your business. You can only do that through Ads Manager. You can't do that through boosted posts. So you need to learn how to use Ads Manager. Using Ads Manager is not the same as learning how to use Facebook. Just because you're Facebook efficient doesn't mean you're Ads Manager efficient. It's a whole new beast. We're going to be covering this on the free webinar on Wednesday night, how to generate leads on autopilot even if you're rubbish at tech. Link is above this video to save your place on that masterclass. Now we know, just on that, we know that in the last 2 days leading up to the webinar, so because it's on Wednesday evening, the last 2 days, all the places fill up really, really fast. So if you really want to place on that webinar, you need to be doing it really quickly. So make sure you do that now or at the end of this video if you want that place. People have asked me about a replay option. You will get a replay option if you're registered and your seat's registered. So if you really can't make the live, then register your seat anyway for the replay option, because obviously being live, you're going to get an opportunity to answer questions. I'm going to do a live Q&A at the end. So if you want your questions asked as well, then I'd say definitely try and be there live, because the most value will come out of being there live. But if that's not possible, something's better than nothing. We're going to be talking about how you can learn how to use Facebook Ads Manager more effectively on Wednesday night. But that's number two. Don't boost, learn how to use Facebook Ads Manager. Number three, before you put money into any ad, you need to consider what you're going to use as a lead magnet. So what is going to be your irresistible offer? Because here's the thing, if you're if you're using an advert and you're pushing out an advert to somebody that doesn't know you, if you're like a service-based business owner like me, which means you offer information in exchange for money, like business coaching, courses, programs, subscription, or you're a service-based business who offer physical time, like your one-to-one time to deliver a service for someone, service-based business, if you fall into that category, it's going to be really difficult from cold market, don't know you, never heard of you, to suddenly buying a service from you, opting into an offer of yours and parting with money. because it takes some time to build a little bit of trust. So you use your advert to build trust quickly and to convert them into paying clients quickly. So what's the lead magnet that is going to be irresistible to your ideal client, that's going to be free to download or free to access, that's going to add a ton of value, that's going to help them get to know you, going to help them trust you, going to help them realize what you're about and how you can help them, so that we can then lead into a call to action to either sell or engage with them on a personal level to get into a sales call environment. That lead magnet needs to be really carefully considered. It's not enough to just launch an ad in Ads Manager without a strong call to action with an irresistible free offer that your ideal client is going to love. Your ideal client, because we're living now in this fast scrolling society, it's never been easier to make money, but harder to get noticed at the same time, because the people that are making the money are the people that are getting this stuff right. Because we know now that it used to be like 50-50 just a couple of years ago. Hey Kayla, it used to be 50-50 between how many people were logging on to social media on a laptop and how many people were on a phone. Now it's like 80-90% are on a phone, so it doesn't take long to do this and scroll really quickly. So versus using a mouse, it's that little bit slower. So we're living in this fast scrolling society. Your ideal client, you need to stand out to them really, really quickly with your ad, or else you're wasting money. That's your lead magnet. That's your irresistible offer that they want. This isn't like, a hook that gets them in. Like, it's not, it's about adding value with this irresistible free lead magnet offer, enhancing their life in some way. Really think about A, what will be irresistible, but B, what will make their life better. You know, if you just come at it with wanting to give and wanting them to get something from what you've got to offer first and foremost, then your ads will do really, really well. So that's point number 3. Point number 4, you need to have 3 or 4 pieces of copy ready to test when you launch your ads. Copy, and I'm not teaching you to suck eggs, but some people have gone, what do you mean by copy? So I'm going to say, just in layman's terms, copy is text above an image that you launch an ad with. So any text. You need 3 or 4 pieces of copy to test, because you need to know what your audience is going to respond to better. So the mistake a lot of people make is they just launch one image with one, which is the next step actually. Point number 5 is about your images. They just launch one ad with one image, one piece of copy, and then they sit and wait. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Oh shit, it's not working. Back to the drawing board. The first stage of launching successful ads is finding out where your audience are hanging out and what they're responding to. So if you are launching these ads with 3 or 4 different types of copy, some short with a top headline, and this isn't a copywriting training, so I can't go into loads of detail about this, but we do this, actually go into a lot of detail on copywriting and how to write awesome copy in my marketing program, Marketing Mastery. But great headline, and then short, this is what it is, call to action. Story-based copy works better, so longer, telling a story. Try mix it up a little bit, different styles of writing, 3 or 4 different styles, to see what do they respond better to, what works better, what conversion rate is better. Point 5, same with images. They all must be high quality images. So you want to test 3 or 4 high quality images, maybe even video. So you might say, I'm going to test 2 images and a video to see what my audience like better, whether they like to see me and hear me, or whether an image is better because they haven't got time to watch a video. The more you test in the beginning, if you're not already established and getting results from Facebook ads, then it's because you don't know where your audience are and how to stand out in front of them and what they respond to. So at the beginning, you're testing. You're working out, what do they really like to see? What piques their interest more than other things? So that when you launch, the more variations you launch with, the better result you're going to get quicker. Finally got enough that is working. Get 5 to 10 emails a day. I give a free download. Brilliant. Amazing, Emma. 5 to 10 inquiries a day is a really good amount. And I always say to my clients, you only need 5 applications a day to work with you. Like 5 people coming to you every day saying, how do I buy your product, or can you tell me more about your service? If you can do that, 5 a day, you can have a 7-figure business. Depending on the price point of your business, that might need tweaking, obviously. But generally, if you know how to generate 5 quality leads a day to a premium offer, then you can have a 7-figure business. It's that simple. It's just reverse engineering the numbers. So well done, Emma. Number 6, you need an opt-in page. So it's not just, here, get my freebie for free, so like they click it and then it's theirs. You need an opt-in page, a landing page that's, it can be a funnel or just a one-pager. I always recommend funnels and somewhere that you can collect data, but also analytics and metrics, because this data is really important. But you need an opt-in page to gather data that links to an email automation that helps you nurture the relationship. And these are the things you want to be learning. So how do I develop an awesome opt-in page that stands out, that gets people not just clicking on the ad and going, oh, I think I quite like that, but actually taking it? Because you don't just want people to give you their data so you can spam them with emails, but you want them to want what you have to offer and be bought into accessing it. Like if you're a coach and you're saying, I'm going to give you my free 3-step formula on how to have your first 5k month. You don't just want people to give you their email address, you want them to listen to your free 3-step formula, because if you're smart, you'll have packed it full of value and shown them who you are and your value and what you've got to offer. And if they listen to it and recognise your brilliance, and they are in the market for self-development and need a new coach or whatever it is that you offer, they're going to reach out to you because you've just gained their trust, because you've just given them awesome value. So your opt-in page should encourage people to not just opt in, but be linked to emails that encourage them to take action. Because most people, they go and download shit and they never watch it. And you don't want the people that download your stuff to be those people. You want them to follow through. You want them to take action. You want them to get value. You want them to associate value with you. Because if they associate not finishing things with you, chances are good they're not going to part with money, because they don't think they're going to finish those things either. So it's important that you learn how to develop a killer opt-in page and then an email sequence that ties in nicely to get people taking action. Step 7, you need to then check your analytics every 2 days in Facebook Ads Manager. Learn how to use it to not just launch your ads, but to monitor your metrics. How much is it costing me to get somebody opting in? How much is it costing me to get a lead and someone reaching out to me and inquiring how they work with me, buy my product or service? So that I can realise, out of the 3 or 4 pieces of copy and images that I launched and tested, what's working. So I can scale those and pump more money in, because if I'm putting £2 on those and getting 5 back, that's telling me it's working. It might only be a small amount right now, but that means I can scale up. And you should never be testing with loads of money. When people say to me, oh, I lost thousands on Facebook advertising, I'm like, well, you didn't, how'd you do that? Because if you're just testing with small amounts, know what metrics you're looking for, analysing those metrics and analytics, and then turning off things that aren't working and putting the money into things that are and scaling up. You can't waste money on Facebook ads. If you're doing that, you're a ding. Like, what you're doing is you're just pumping money in and you don't know what you're looking at and you're not making time to learn it, and that's how you lose money. But if you know what you're looking for and you take the time to learn this stuff, you can't lose money on Facebook. Minimal amounts in testing phase, but then you're reworking it, rehashing what's not working to put money into what is. So in the end, you get it back anyway. But if you just quit and go, oh, it's too much hassle, then yeah, you've lost your money, because that testing money that you've used to test has just gone out the window. So you've got to be prepared to be consistent and stick with it. Know what you can afford every month. That becomes your Facebook ads marketing budget, and just stick to it. So the reason you check your analytics every 2 days and not every hour, because when you first launch your ad, you're like, oh my God, my ad's alive. What's happening? Is it working? How many people are dropping into my funnel? How many people are opening my emails? And it's really exciting at first, but the thing is, you can't be checking your analytics in Facebook every hour and expecting to know what's going on. Just walk away, and every 2 days you go in and have a look at your conversions, because it gives Facebook, it needs time to catch up. It needs time to register what you've done, get a true reflection of what's actually happening in terms of conversion costs, and then it can deliver some data for you. So then you might look at it and go, turning a few things off and I'm ready to scale things, which leads on to point 8. If you are ready to scale things and start increasing it because you can see that the conversions are telling you it's working, don't do any more than 20% every 2 days. So increase your budget by 20% every 2 days, no more. Because if you go, I'm spending a tenner a day on that and it's converting at like £2 a lead, which is brilliant, yes, I'm going to make that 100 a day, because that means that I'll get shitloads of leads. It won't, because you've increased the budget way too quickly. So if you increase the budget too quickly, Facebook goes, shit, they want it to see more people now, so they just blast it in front of more people. but it's not necessarily the right people. You almost panic the system and it goes more, but they're not targeted. They're not as targeted as you want them to be. Whereas if every 2 days you increase by 20% when something's working, Facebook can kind of cope with those changes and it goes, okay, more gradually, but gradually and more, and the right people. So you don't want to do any more than that, or else you're wasting your money. So number 9 is knowing what a good lead looks like. So they say on average a good conversion rate, so and this is from people actually opting in, downloading and becoming a solid lead. And I say downloading, it depends what you're offering them, but is anything between $3 and $10. Not for an engagement, for a conversion. So between $3 and $10 per conversion is a good lead. So this is where, if you've only got a product that's £3, it can be harder to get a return on investment for Facebook. If you're someone that's selling courses that are 300, 500, 1,000 more, then it's much easier to get a return on your investment on Facebook, because leads are leads and they cost what they cost. If they cost between $3 and $10 and your offer's only £15, it's harder to get a return on investment. So you've got to be smart about it, and you've got to work a strategy that works. And Facebook advertising isn't a strategy that works for every business. So between $3 and $10 is a really good amount, they say, and that's just kind of industry standard, if you like. I like to keep mine 3 or below. Any more than that, and I know I can do better, because my philosophy on it is, if I can get leads for $3, why would I pay 8? And I know I can get leads for less than $3 because I've done it and I keep doing it, therefore I'm not going to settle for anything less now. So that kind of becomes your new normal, and that's what I say to my clients: let's work at getting your leads, like the conversion, down as little as possible. Let's not settle for $8 if we know we can get 3. My alarm's ringing. And point 10, your opt-in rate. So this is different. So you've got how much a lead's costing you. That's your cost per lead, between 3 and 10. Your opt-in rate. So on your landing page, you need to use a system, a funnel that gives you enough analytics to tell you what an opt-in rate is. This is another mistake people make. They make like a 1-page opt-in page on their website. And here's what's wrong with that, and not learning how to create a sales funnel properly. First thing is, there's no analytics, or there's not enough analytics. If you use a proper sales funnel, which when you know how to set them up, and again, we're covering this on Wednesday, in our webinar that we're having. If you haven't already registered for that, do that now, because the places are going to go really quickly. Links at the top of this page. So if you don't have the analytics, you don't know how many people, you don't know how well your opt-in page is performing. This is all about numbers. Business needs to not be so emotional and be more logical sometimes, especially when it comes to marketing. It's just about working the numbers, working a plan that works, and working it over and over again, rinse and repeat. But we only know what works if we look at the analytics. If you go with emotion, you don't know, because your brain tells you, oh my God, no one likes it. Oh God, they haven't liked it. Oh my God, this has happened. It's all bullshit. If you just look at the numbers, it takes out the emotion and brings in the logic, which is what we need from a business strategy point of view. So your opt-in page, the place where people go to give their details and access what it is they want from you, your lead magnet, should be able to have analytics that you can track. If it doesn't, it's not really worth doing, because it's not telling you anything. It will tell you how many people your ad is converting, but it won't tell you how many people are landing on it and then going, now change my mind. They might be changing their mind because your opt-in page isn't telling them what it needs to know. It's not congruent with your ad. There's analytics there too, because you're breaking down the process into chunks and going, right, how do I get noticed on Facebook? That's the testing phase. Now I'm noticed and I've got people clicking. How do I get them to click and give me their information and download my freebie to go into my email automation for me to turn them into paying clients? Now I know if my ad's shit, my landing page is shit, my emails are shit, or my sales call's shit if it's a sales call business. So you're breaking your business down into a system where you can see what needs to change. You can't do that if you haven't got analytics. So step 10 is your sales page needs to have analytics, your landing page needs to have analytics. And we know that your opt-in rate should be above 20%. So 20% of people that land on it and go, oh, I think I want this, should opt in. 20% or more is good. And if it tells you it's lower than that, then your opt-in page isn't doing its job. It's not speaking to them. It's not making them go, yeah, I really want this, or something's putting them off. So you need to know how to develop a killer opt-in page and then watch for the analytics and know what to tweak and change. So I'm going to whiz through this again and tell you where to get more information on it all, and it's really simple. Never boost a post, learn how to use Ads Manager. That's point 1 and 2. We're going to talk about this on Wednesday night, so you absolutely need to be there. 3, consider what lead magnet you're going to use. Again, we're going to talk about this, getting clear on your ideal client and knowing what they need to see in terms of your lead magnet. Number 4, having 3 to 4 pieces of copy to test as well as images. Again, we're going to be talking about copy on Wednesday and how to write killer copy and get your hands on something that will really, really help you. Number 6, have an opt-in page so that you can capture people's data that leads into an email automation, so you can nurture that relationship and get their buy-in to actually seeing through what they've said they want from you. 7, check your analytics every 2 days, no more, because you won't get a true reflection, but also no less, because if something's not working, you want to know about it really quickly because you don't want to waste your money. Number 8, adjust budgets by 20% every 2 days, no more, because Facebook kind of freaks out and goes, what are you doing? And it's not necessarily profitable for you if you do it any more than that. On average, a cost per lead is anything from $3 to $10. So know that when you're looking at your analytics to know if something's working or not. And step 10, your opt-in rate for your landing page should be more than 20%. Otherwise, your landing page is letting you down and not performing. They're the 10 steps, the 10 considerations that you need to have to kill it in the Facebook space when it comes to advertising, and seriously up-level your business, seriously up-level your lead generation. If you don't know how to do some of these things and you're like, okay, I get that, I haven't got that, and I need to learn, Wednesday night, we're giving you an hour of like packed value and then solutions as well on the night for where if you want more, you can go ahead and purchase more for some of the really like bespoke bits that you know you need right now. So we're not just going to leave you hanging after the hour, because as you can imagine, there's a shit ton to go through in terms of marketing. We won't get through it all in the hour, of course we won't. So of course I'm going to be making an offer at the end for you to purchase a paid program. You know that already, but this isn't a bait and switch webinar where it's like, I'm going to give you loads of value. No, I'm not going to sell to you. It's not that at all. At the end, I'm going to make you an offer. But leading up to that offer, I promise you a shit ton of more value, like tonight, in detail on how you can up level. You are so welcome, Louise. So links above this for Wednesday night. You will get a replay option. I definitely recommend you logging in live though, because you're going to have questions, because it's going to be jammed packed full of stuff that you might be at the end like, oh God, I've got a lot to learn, and you might want to pick my brain a little bit, so you get that opportunity if you're live, and you don't if you're not. So try and be live, but beggars can't be choosers. If you can't be live, catch the replay and register your seat anyway. See you Wednesday. Lots of love.